Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. In case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor.
You're crying like a girl. And I just learned not to. So I tend to bottle up everything inside. And I'm not surprised why a man would decide to just end it all. I'm not surprised. But I think society is trying to wake up to that fact. Society is really trying to wake up to that fact. Because sometimes I'll speak to my mom on the phone and she'll say, "Oh, what's happening?" I'll just be, "Oh, yeah, this certain job that I'm doing is not really working out." And da, 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 da. And one time I was surprised. She said, "Well, if it's not working out, I don't want you getting to the point where you're thinking of, ending it all." And I'm thinking, whoa, that's not where I'm going. But that's the realization, isn't it? She sees it firsthand. Yeah. What's happening to men all around the world when they get to that stage, they just think, you know what? Yeah. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be a disappointment to anybody. So I'm just going to quietly, it's like a kind of, it's like men trying to dignify themselves by, just they take it out of the hands of everybody else because they don't want to be seen as being weak. They don't want to be seen as being a failure. They don't want to be seen as not measuring up. And so they just think, you know what? At least I don't have to put up with this by, ending it all. And that is not the best solution, actually. Like you said the last time, you said it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. But sometimes these problems don't seem temporary, do they? It seems like there's no end to it. You look at it and you think, whoa, when am I ever gonna get out of this? When am I gonna get, get some rest, get some, and that's what drives men to that point in life where, they think, well, you know what? At least I won't be trouble to anybody, and I won't bring shame to anybody, and I won't bring shame to myself. But I think it's time that men have these open conversations with ourselves and say to ourselves, listen, you're as good as anybody else. Nobody's better than you. It's only time and unforeseen occurrences that would overtake you. And they're temporary. They are temporary, aren't they? Sooner or later, we use one phrase in this country. We say, it can only get better. And it's true.
Yep. Yeah.
It gets so bad up to a certain extent. The only way possible is for it to get better. But for you to get to that stage, and I think that's the most difficult time in a man's life. So there are disadvantages to how men are being treated. There's a lot of name blaming. When things happen, it's always the man. There could be a murder somewhere. It could be committed by a woman, but the first thing that comes to anybody's mind, even the man, is a man must have done that. But it's not always a man, is it?
Not always, but I suppose it is most of the time, to be fair, so that you can see why society thinks it's a man. Yeah. As you say, it may not be, but I suppose generally it is.
Yeah. So it's a sad state of affairs, isn't it, for men? And it's not going to get better because the men that are being brought into the world now, they're even softer than the men. And no disrespect to the youths. What I'm saying is, the men that I see today, the boys that I see, they I don't know, because they have all these things, these luxuries and all these things that would distract them. And they're more prone to being bombarded with a certain sort of information, and that is dangerous on its own. The information that they've been exposed to, and it's confusing. And so you see these men today, and there's no way out for them. You see them and you feel sorry for them because it's what they've been fed with. It's what they've been fed with. It's the social media, what they're getting from the social media. I mean, men like us, we can look at something on the social media and go, "That's not true." But it's harder for somebody younger, and it would have been harder for us if we was born in this generation. But it's because we have a lot of experience, life experience behind us. We're able to cope with it. So it's I'm not gonna say I'm not.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.